Hey guys, this is Jenny, and I thought I would do something a little different this time. I thought I would go through my supplies live on camera and not have to be rushed walking through them, and then speed up more of the video. I planned on this being one of my fast, like on the clock videos, but I'm not quite ready for that. So instead, this is going to be something I hope very loose and grungy and just kind of, I need to just get some creativity out, and this is going to be my my outlet today. So these are some of the papers I'm going to go through. Most of them are from the Crepe Paper DIY collection, and they are either more distressed or on the sort of cream base side, a little grungy-ish, which is kind of the look I'm going for. So this is a nice red and white and red and pink, I'm sorry, diamond sort of checked pattern. This is the nice typewriter pattern, which I might use a piece of or in conjunction with a stamp. This is one of the cut-apart sheets, which I thought of using either, you know, that one or maybe this strip of that ruler piece. Another strip piece that I really liked, you know, a lot of these sort of colors, the yellow and this chevron and the Today piece. And I think actually that's all I pulled for those. And cardstock, I just have Kraft and a piece of vanilla that's in a much creamier yellow vanilla from Basil. It's Smooth. And for embellishments, I pulled a couple stamps which I kind of knew I wanted to use. Both of them are similar. They're the accordion cameras that I have, one of my father's, and the slide sort of stamp. This is a newer stamp. This is a very old Allie Edwards stamp that's still one of my favorites, and I thought I might use those cameras for the theme that I'm going for. I have these doilies that I've used before that I love, but they might be a little too girly and not grungy enough, but they are black, and I thought that might be kind of neat. Some jute cord in a couple different colors, and then a couple different die cuts from that line that are gold and green, and a little piece of an LE Studio tag. Some more die cuts from the crepe paper. A little piece of watercolor paper I had left over that's kind of that same yellowy orange color. A paint strip I have to use, and a piece of the Lucky Charm, the branding strip at the bottom. And then I have the washi with the cameras on it. Oh, this may be overkill, we'll see. And then this ribbon from American Crafts that's got the numbers on it that I thought looked a little similar to numbers on a slide reel kind of thing. A little piece of flair from Paper Bakery, and a bunch of wood veneers from Studio Calico and Freckled Fawn that are just the open triangles and a couple of arrows. And some Memento Black ink, and some mist from the Heidi Color Shine Gold, and Manila from Mr. Huey's. And this is this vellum paper. We called it trash paper in school, and it's a very thin tracing paper that architects or engineers or whoever uses. It's really cheap. It lasts forever, and it is so great to use for scrapbooking things. I love the regular vellum, but this is nice because it's not as thick. It's easier to crumple and make look grungier. Obviously, it doesn't take as well to things like, I have sewn through it, but it doesn't take as well to things like sewing or watercolor, but it's really neat. So I'm going to use some of that, and this is the photograph I'm going to use. It's a, I've been going through some old boxes of photos and photo negatives with my mother that my dad had taken, and he, you know, made up these contact sheets for every set of photographs that he took, and this was just one in a boxes of contact sheets, which I think are really cool because the fact that they are old, and I'm sure the date is written on here somewhere, but I can't see it. It might be 73. I can't tell. That seems about Or no, it's probably later than that. But anyway, it's of my mother in various poses, which she was used to giving to my dad. And I don't even think they were probably for anything but maybe him measuring a new light meter or using a new camera, or they were not pose shots in any way. But I love the contrast and the colors, and just the idea that it was a piece of his record keeping, not his collection, but just the way he kept his records, which was to have these contact sheets for everything and then go through those, and then that's when he would, circle the ones to alter or change or do all the fun things that we don't do anymore in real life, we do in Photoshop. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to use for that. So I'm going to turn off the camera, start doing my layout, and then a lot of this will be more fast forward, and I will show you or come back at the end and talk more about it. Thanks. Okay, I'm ready to start, and like I said, I have no plan. I'm not going to do a sketch. I'm just kind of going for it because this is something I want to document because I think it's important, but not like a chronological event in my family's life, because it's important to me personally and just a little piece of history that I couldn't bear to throw away or put in a box anymore. So here we go. Okay, I'm back here at the end, and as you can see, it was sort of a calamity of errors. I ran out of my battery and my camera died. Then I ran out of glue stick. Then I ran out of my big glue adhesive roller. Then I ran out of regular adhesive. It just kept going and going. It was funny, sort of funny, and I was very indecisive and didn't quite turn out to be the sort of freeing experience I wanted it to be, but I'm really pleased with the way it came out in the end. I did my journaling on the computer, which I usually don't do very much of anymore, but I had a lot to say and I needed to type it really small, and I kind of wanted to use this that typewriter font to tie in some of the text stamps and things like that I had used. So I just cut them into itty bitty strips and put them at the bottom of each of the negative pieces I'd cut. So then I decided that I would put my title up there, and ended up lifting it back up again so I could put more of that camera washi down as a more contrast so you could see the letters a little bit better. I didn't end up using any of the camera stamps after all, and didn't end up using that gold chevron embossed tag that I really wanted to use. I kept trying to find a place for it, but it just didn't fit. So, and as grungy as I wanted it to be, obviously I'm not too concerned with the fact that I had to cut everything on the my paper trimmer instead of being grungy enough to rip it or whatever. But it's hard for me to do sometimes. I rolled up that little piece of craft and had the little bird sort of like it was peeking out from underneath it, because I just like little birds. And then I had the that circle die cut it was actually on watercolor paper, but I misted it with some just red, messed very lightly to kind of tie in that kind of corally orange red color, and it would be sort of symbolic of the negative, or the one picture that was circled to print. So you can see the still shots here in a minute in the final product. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back with more.